Good day, Wampus Cats. Today I'm here with the Board Game Club for a little interview. So, just real quick, I want to introduce all of our guests today. We have Kingston Crowder,
Hello.
Miss Hanson, who is the leader of the Board Game Club, and Catherine Jones.
Hello.
First question for you is just what is Game Club?
So I created Board Game Club. Mostly I opened my room up and invited kids to come play after school from 3:30 to 4:30. And I started it because I had students that would finish work in my English class and then they would play like chess on the computer. And I said, chess is so much better in person with a board and an opponent that you're face off. And so I opened up my room. I said, I'm here anyway. I'm grading papers. And I invited anyone to come over and play games. I have a whole cupboard full of games. And one of our first ones was Catherine and brought some friends and has been playing for 2 years.
Oh, wow. When was it started?
2 years ago.
Oh, only 2 years ago? So she's been at it since its beginning.
Yes.
What games exactly do y'all have in there?
So in the cupboard, I have chess, checkers, Monopoly, Scrabble, Life. I'm not sure. That's most of them. And then people have been bringing games.
Mm-hmm. I remember when, what was his name? John? Was that his name?
John Gibbons?
No. Paul. He used to bring that, like, what was it called, Catherine?
He had Muffin Time, What Do You Meme? He brought a bunch of games.
It was so fun. He would buy a game just because it looked fun and he wanted to show us it. Did we do Exploding Kittens one time or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was also the person that started D&D.
He did start D&D and it was crazy for a while.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, so fun.
Where exactly is Board Game Club and like what time is it for
So-
people who want to join?
It's in room 13. We meet on Wednesdays after school from 3:30 to 4:30.
All right. So what else exactly who else is in the Board Game Club and
Well, we had Paul, Destiny,
We still have Destiny. She just sometimes busy for choir.
Michelle's come. Who else?
We've had Hayden and Alex.
Can I tell the story about when Alex first came? So
Yeah.
I had turned on some music for Humanities and it was still playing and like everyone was gone and we were just like listening to music, playing games. And Alex comes dancing down the hall. And she's like, I love this music. And she stayed and just kept playing games with us. And that's kind of how Kingston just kind of showed up one day and stayed. I guess you stuck and liked us.
I came there mainly because I didn't have anyone to play chess with.
oh,
No, because no one wants to play chess without one. I go to Board Game Club.
Have you played chess in Board Game Club yet?
No, I haven't. No one wants to play with me thus far.
I think we need to do a tournament,
That would be awesome.
like a challenge.
Like we did the end of the year last year. I think that was last year.
Yeah. I think we should do it. I think it'll be fun. I think there's people out there that just don't know that we're there. We've even had people make signs for us and just kind of wanted to ramp it up. But we had a bunch graduate last year, so we're pretty small right now.
So Catherine and Kingston, how often do you go? Do you go every single week or
I try to go every single week I can, every Wednesday.
I
Sometimes I can't, but it happens.
how about you?
I go every week.
We had some freshmen a couple of weeks ago before anybody else started coming that came and played chess. And one was teaching the other one, and it was really fun just
Yeah.
to learn something new and make a new friend. I think I like it because we have students that maybe don't usually hang out together that just come for like a common goal to come and have fun and meet new people.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today for our short little interview. That'll be it for today's episode. Once again, thank you to everybody, and we'll see you on the next episode.
All right, thanks.
What's up, Wampus Cats, and welcome to Space. Let's go. I'm here with Carson.
And I'm here with Jimmy.
What's up?
So first thing we're going to be talking about is, do you know what the Goldilocks zone is?
Does it involve three bears? No.
Kinda? Not really?
Not a clue.
I mean, what it is basically, you know how in the Goldilocks story, it's all about finding something that's just right. The porridge too hot, porridge too cold, but the
I thought it
final
was more
one's
about
good.
breaking and entering, but yeah.
Yeah, it's more like that, but The Goldilocks zone is just like that. It's about finding a planet that is just right for human, like, living. So, like, it has to have just the right temperature, just the right distance from the sun. Has to have water, all that stuff. Needs to be just right. Just like Earth, and then we don't really know much others, like Mars. We kind
So,
of are
like,
theorizing.
How far away would you say the Goldilocks zone is? Like, is there like a set way to figure out how far away it is, or does it depend on the sun?
It depends on the sun, really, because of course, the closer you are to the sun, the hotter you're gonna be. So it has to be around Earth distance to Mars distance. Maybe Mercury, but then again, Mercury still is really hot.
So it'd be like if you were in Mexico every single day, every single minute, every single second of your life, except somebody turned the heat to 130.
Yeah. And then Mars would kind of be the obvious. It'd be like if you were in Russia, and you had the AC on in your house.
With less tyranny.
Yeah.
Alright.
What about you? What's your topic for today? I heard you were talking about this huge planet.
Boy.
Huge
Yeah.
planet, not a part of our solar system, but also part of it.
Okay, get your. What are those hats called that conspiracy theorists wear?
Thinking caps, like
No,
or
the
aluminum
ones-
helmets.
Yeah, the aluminum helmet hats. Well, get those on, boys, because we're talking about the so-called ninth planet, Planet X. Now, this was first, I believe the Greeks first theorized there was one. Then it died off for a while. Then it came back again in the 1800s. Then it came back again in the 1930s. And now it's back again. This planet will not die. No one has proven it exists yet. But oh my word, do they love to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, right,
What exactly is it?
another planet that is circling our solar system. Right now, what they are thinking is our our sun stole another planet. And the only reason they think there's another planet out there is there's a whole bunch of different planets that are on an orbit that does not make sense unless there was something for them to have a gravitational pull on.
Right.
But we haven't found whatever that is. So right now, the only evidence we have is there's a whole bunch of stuff doing weird over here. So we think there's something we're not seeing, which is true. Could be. That's
Yeah.
probably right. But they're imagining a planet that's bigger than Saturn.
Bigger than Saturn. That's huge.
Yeah, and they're saying that Saturn might be the one reason it's out there, because Saturn has a habit of just knocking things away.
Yeah, just the same as Jupiter.
Sorry, it might have been Jupiter. I can't remember right now. Sorry, y'all. There's like 13 different planets involved in this.
I mean, we have been saved multiple times from extinction because of Jupiter.
That is true.
So it probably is Jupiter.
And the moon. The moon, too. The moon's a
Moon
goat.
too, yeah.
The moon's a goat. MVP.
That's why it has all those craters all over it.
Yeah, I thought it was pimples. All right, so, buddy, there's something very cool. Another historical event's happened in our lifetime, y'all. Tell them about the two moons.
Oh yeah, currently, actually, as of about a few weeks ago, September about 27th, I believe, we have had two moons circling our Earth. This moon is about the size of a school bus, so you're not going to see it looking up at the sky unless you had a really crazy telescope, like the Hubble Space Telescope. But it is just an asteroid that came to our Earth and is circling it in about a horseshoe kind of shape, and then eventually it'll get knocked off and go back and fly towards the sun somewhere.
Remind me, didn't this school bus have a lunar eclipse? Remember right?
I believe so, yeah. Actually, a few weeks ago in Israel, it had a small lunar eclipse.
Well, that's a bit of a weird place to choose. Moving on.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about before we go to my next part?
I mean, I could talk about the planet J1407b.
Isn't that Elon Musk kid?
Close?
Go ahead. I want to hear about this.
I know it sounded like I just spouted a bunch of letters and numbers, but this is an actual planet. It is my favorite planet because it's
Not Earth.
really small.
Not Earth?
Well, besides Earth. It's really small, really tiny. About maybe the size of Mercury, Venus. But what's cool about it is that it has rings that spout way larger than maybe even Saturn or Jupiter in size.
So, You got the heart in the middle, and then
Yeah.
outside you got all the looks.
Yeah. So there's just a tiny little, I think it's like a tannish planet with huge rings going. Like if this was the size, it would be out here.
So it's the inside of a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I actually have a question about this planet. Where is it?
It's far. I don't actually know exactly where it is.
Where
but
is
it's
it? It's
really
far.
It's really far. Many light years.
All right. Well, I think we know how we could reach it.
How do you think so?
What do you know about manhole covers?
They're not a viable way of travel?
Oh boy, the U.S. government has some words for you. This is technically speculation, by the way, because we're not sure. We have no bloody clue what happened to this thing. But, okay, it's like the 50s, I believe, as it happens. The 50s to 70s, can't remember which one.
Right.
America has decided we can't, our population is not like us dropping nukes in atmosphere, so we're going to drop them in underground. So they wanted to test, since we're trying to shoot down Soviet bombers filled with nukes and missiles, will a missile make a nuke go off?
Yeah.
They say, no, it won't happen. But they test it anyway. They decide that they're going to drill a hole. I can't remember how many hundreds of feet they went down. It would have been about half a mile, I believe. And they put the nuke in there. They put a conventional missile, not nuclear, just like a random air-to-air fighter they had. Stuck it down there, put a timer on it, or it was either a timer or remote. I cannot remember which. Then they filled the rest of the hole up with concrete, thinking, oh yeah, this will be fine. This definitely won't turn to gas. And then they capped it with a 2,000-pound steel and concrete manhole cover, and they welded it shut.
Whole ton of manhole cover.
Yeah. Sorry, I won.
No, yeah. Well,
Can you guess what happened?
I'm assuming, just based off what you're telling me,
They turned it into a pressure cooker. Because immediately the nuke went off, all of that concrete vaporized, turned into gas, and the gas blew the manhole cover out to the point of it was leaving at we only saw it in one frame of a photo, and this is a very, very slow camera. Like one, maybe every very long. This would be a very, very quick event. You wouldn't see it with your eyes. The very least it could be going was 125,000 miles an hour.
125.
That is 5 times Earth's exit velocity, because we are 25,000.
So yeah, that's definitely way away from the planet.
Yep, and we're not sure if it burned up on exit. We don't know.
How big was the thing? Like
2,000 pounds.
so yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, it would. And it wouldn't lose any of that speed on exit.
Yeah. It would have just kept floating because yeah, nothing's gonna stop it.
And it
unless
wasn't
hit
going to get
something.
iodized because
Yeah.
it was leaving.
So yeah, there's nothing that could have stopped it. I doubt it burned up because if
Yep.
it's going that fast, I'm sure it shot out of the Earth's orbit before it could burn up, and you can't burn something in space with that air.
Yep, so if aliens ever invade us, folks, there's a reason they might. We
Yeah,
might
I'm
have
sure
just
we
took
just,
out the
like,
entire
smacked
planet.
Sure, we smacked something up there.
Yeah. That's also why the Soviets were not the first people to put anything in space. We did it first, folks. Communism sucks, capitalism on top. Back to you.
I mean, another place it could have gone, actually. You ever heard of a wormhole?
Oh, I play Halo, so yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have not played Halo and have seen the movie Interstellar, that thing that they go into next to, I believe it was Jupiter or Saturn. Don't remember which one, but they go into a big portal looking thing. That's a wormhole. And basically, it's like just a huge portal, little rift. You go inside of it, and it teleports you somewhere else. These are only theorized to exist.
So, could a wormhole spawn under my homework and take it away?
Theoretically, maybe?
That's what happened, Mr. Kaufman.
But these are only theorized to exist. Basically, the best way I can explain it to you is like take a piece of paper that's 2D, right? Completely flat. But if you fold it, then like if it was like these 2 points on a piece of paper would be far apart.
Yeah.
But if you fold it like this, it'd be touching. That's how a wormhole works, but 3D.
So, long distance
Yeah. Fold it.
to neighbors.
Yeah, fold it, and now it's neighbors.
All right.
You basically go into the 4D land and mess with the 3D.
So this is what I was going to ask you. This is I've been wanting to ask him this for a while. What do you think is the most realistic way for space travel on an expedition? Like, what could we actually do?
Like super far expedition, like out of our solar system with
To
hundreds of people.
to another planet in a Goldilocks zone, yes. Like a colony.
Whole colony. Either if wormholes are real, we find one of those hopefully nearby, and hopefully it'll take us out the right way, because we don't know where a wormhole would lead.
It'd be gambling.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of gambling. Or it would just be like the movie Passengers, where we just stick them all in like these
Cryo.
anti-aging thing. Cryo, yeah. If that works.
So basically, people get turned into a really, really human popsicle.
Yeah. And hopefully it won't be like the movie Passengers where they start breaking out.
That's true. Or Halo 4.
Or that, yeah. I see. I was PlayStation, so I have no clue about Halo anything. So,
He wakes up and there's only half a ship.
oh man. But yeah, basically either cryo, because I don't think we're gonna ever achieve light speed travel. I don't see that being theoretically possible. But if we do, then yeah, that'd be the way.
All right, I got one more thing for you, then we can end this off. What do you think about the moon?
What about the moon? Just like
Just what do you,
it
what's
being
your thoughts
there?
on it?
I like the moon. It looks pretty. It's upside down in Australia.
What would you say if it, say, was hit with a nuke?
I mean, how detrimental of a nuke? We talking like a Fat Man, or are we talking like a Tsar bomb?
We're talking about one that would have been... Okay, let me explain the story behind this, and then you'll understand what I was doing. During the Cold War, America decided that, Soviets, they've been in space and stuff. What if we nuked them? What can we do to show them we still rule the stars?
Just nuke the moon?
Yes, the Air Force said, we'll nuke the moon, and then they'll see the dust and stuff. Those of you who already know anything about gravity and space, you know that can't work.
Yeah.
Well, they decided we're going to study it. What's the littlest nuke, what's the biggest nuke we could hit the moon with that wouldn't just ruin everything on Earth?
Blow it up completely.
Or move it so far out of orbit that
We kill ourselves.
Yes. They went with one that was designed for our nuclear artillery, which we had. We also had one that you could put on the back of a Jeep that was designed to be fired by 3 men. And these are like privates, the lowest piece of people in the military were going to fire this thing. So
Man.
that's how close we came, by the way. But yeah. Do you know who else might have done this?
I'm assuming Russia or China.
Russia. We both tried to nuke our own moons. And they classified this and hid this. The only reason somebody found out is they were doing an autobiography or biography on somebody's life.
Yeah.
And there was one note about, hey, he did this for the government. And that's not declassified yet. So then they sued him. They sued the government to get it declassified.
Man.
The Air Force did not want to talk about this. They destroyed all but one copy.
Gosh.
And there was an accident. They left that behind.
An accident that they almost blew up the moon?
No, that they didn't destroy all the copies.
Oh, that they destroyed all the copies.
They missed one.
Yeah, I don't know how you accidentally almost blow up the moon with a lot of planning.
Yeah. Well, folks, sadly we can't nuke the moon, so we got to end it here.
I feel like nuking the moon would make it send it here either way.
Conspiracy theories.
Thank you for watching. That yet again, it's a great day to be a Wampus Cat.